Alright, what's up everybody? It's me. It's your boy Eggs and Bacon. It's me, Eggs and Bacon. I'm back once again. Got some ranked gameplay, getting into my promo. Lost my last one, I have to admit. Just didn't work out. Promos are hard, and I don't know, it seems like I get into my promos really fast, but I'll lose like 3 or 4 promos, but I'll win like 5 or 6 ranked games to get in the promos. Today I got some Jax gameplay. Got that Temple Jax skin. Wish I had the one with the hockey puck. However, I am Jax top with TP versus a trend with TP. Now, let me start off just going build pass, simple Jax stuff. I'm an AD carry main, but I do play a lot of top. I play a lot of mid. I can play every role, but support's not my best. But top Jax, what I've been seeing a lot of people start is, instead of going, I guess, farm and just trying to scale up, you can actually play a little bit more aggressive with Doran's Blade. It gives you health, it gives you a little bit of sustain, it gives you a little bit of damage, and it lets you trade very well, especially if you start Counter-Strike E first. So I'm going against a trend who, as well as, started Doran's Blade. Now, if we go to this guy's
Minions have spawned.
Go to this guy's thing. I don't think we can actually check that. Alright, here we go. Basically, there we go. Let me turn the vision off. Basically, Jax versus Tryn top. A lot of people, probably a lot of Trendemirs will say, oh, Jax counters Tryn. I'd rather think a Teemo counters Tryn 10 times more than a Jax. The reason why they say Jax counters Tryn is basically because he has a Counter-Strike, which blocks auto attacks. But the thing about Jax versus Tryn is Jax's Counter-Strike is mana cost. Tryn's E isn't. So as soon as you can usually always get in an auto attack, and if it's a crit, which most Tryns run top, like a cheese crit factor right here, like right here. He just instantly crit right there. He crit the first minion, and he crit me. He didn't even have full fury. He just got the best RNG in the world. He crit again. Like this guy, he's running crit factor, cheese. I miss him, and I'm just kind of like, fuck, I'm getting out tradey here, you know what I'm saying? I'm up in CS, but the thing is, you see how it makes no difference? All you do is walk away, or you spinning blade away. There's no direct counter. I don't believe that. The reason why I think people say Jax does good versus Trend and might counter him is maybe because Jax, see right there, for instance, all he did was spinning blade out. His thing will be up in 8 seconds. Mine won't be. Mine costs mana. If you look at my mana cost, it's just it's nowhere near direct counter. It all depends on RNG. That's how Trend wins a lane. I've played Trend top versus fucking, I don't even know who, versus anybody. I've played Tryn versus Swain, Tryn versus Vlad, and I win Ignite. See, like right here, if he E's in on me, yeah, then you might be a direct counter, because he's using his E, he's using all of his gap closers, and then you're going in? Yeah. Well, the laning is very difficult when he gets crits like that. It's kind of like, oh, fuck. He was looking to dive me right there, it seemed like, but I was just going to flash out and outplay him. V's going to come up for a gank pretty soon, and right now what you want to do is you just want to have really good spacing. You want to let him push, because that's how Tryn builds Fury. He has to push. He has to auto-attack the minions, he has to kill them. And right here, a perfect freeze where you want. Under turret where you can stun him, where you can deny him CS, but still be able to freeze it. Which is what I did right there at the very end. And he took a tower shot for free. So I'm just going to try. You really just want to try to CS. I should have TP'd back, but I didn't want to miss that big wave of experience and creep. So we're pretty even. I'm 1 CS down. He still has a butt ton of potions. And right now I'm just like, okay, well, maybe V will gank. I'm trying to bait something out. Maybe he'll use his E in or try to dive me and I can outplay it. He's getting close to level 6, and that's where you want to get worried. Tryn's level 6 is very strong. Don't get me wrong, Jax's is because you can just do a brutal trade. If she would have hit that, we probably would have killed him. Flash in, thinking we're going to be able to kill him, and we're not. She takes a tower shot. I think Tryn greeds. He probably should have backed, knowing that V is still up here. I don't get all that, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Now, as you can see, Master Yi's on his way up. And he notices that I'm pushing, which is why he's not doing that. We just blew his flash. Now, the smart thing for V to do is to wait just a few seconds, which is exactly what she's doing. And be like, yo, is this guy coming top? Master Yi sees that I'm really low. And she lets me take the kill. Although, her letting me take the kill kind of fucking, I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm going to die. That, right there, what I was trying to do was use the bush as a, you know, breaking vision to where he couldn't Q to me. It didn't really matter. He was actually kind of fast because he does have boots. And 23 CS because he's just beast moded it. But thank you, V, for the gank if you do watch this video. Now, right here, I pick up a phage. He's still going to trade pretty hard. But like I said, I don't play a lot of top. He's hit his level 6. I haven't. Right there was a really big trade. I was able to get my W in. But I'll start trading a lot harder at level 6 if he goes in like that, and I can just I can trade with his crits. If that makes any sense. Now, back there what you were noticing is I was just trying to space. This is where he doesn't want to go in. Kind of traded back with him with his crits. It's kind of like, eh. You know. Now, the one thing I didn't notice was Master Yi has TP. Which is probably why later in this thing, you're going to notice he's ganking me a butt ton. He used his E right there, and I'm like, okay, well, his gap closer is down for like 10 more seconds. Which is why he's backing off. Tryn's pinging me. Tryn's like, yo, come up here and gank this shit. He has... If Tryn would have Ignite, this lane would have been over 50 times more. Right here, I don't know what this guy does. See how I broke vision right there? Now he's not gonna be able to catch up to me. Tryn dies to fucking minions. This guy smites super late, and I just walk away from it, I guess, even though Master Yi had ult. Kind of a bad play on their part, and a really big turning point. So what this allows me to do is, I've soloed Tryn. He used his TP. I'm saving my TP. I'm saving it for, hey, if I get killed, if I get ganked. Now right here, let me go back. This is exactly what I mean. This might be why people say Tryn is countered. When he E's in, you go all out. You fucking pop your E. You body him. I just picked up phage. Like, you go, because he doesn't have ult. His E is down, his basic gap closer, and that might be why. But what Tryns do you know? This guy's probably just going for the crit factor. That's how a lot of Tryns play. I mean, you could solo Renekton's early on and win versus Renekton's as Tryn just by getting a few crits, just by auto attacking him, getting 1 or 2 crits in there and cheese him. Critting on Tryn is total RNG, although one thing that a lot of people say is you auto attack a minion twice. If you don't get a crit in there with full ferocity, jump on the opponent because it's a greater chance to manipulate the RNG. Now he doesn't have TP. I'm just pushing, save my TP, just chilling. Maybe saving it for when because now he does have TP, and now I know that. So I'm like, I'm not going to TP back to lane. It's going to take him a while to push that. I'm going to go probably home guard Ninja Tabis. That would be the smartest choice in my opinion. Get back to lane faster. Just pick up Ninja Tabis. Probably didn't... Oh, I pick up Ninja Tabis and a Ruby Crystal. I mean a Mana Crystal. And 2 wards. If you ever play Lee Sin jungle or Katarina, one thing I would always recommend is, if you have the money, pick up some wards. So right here, I see that they're going all bottom. Tryn TP'd. My team's holding out for me. I'm like, yo, I'm on my way. Boom. The epitome of Katarina cleanup. She gets that. And I let her take it. Not many people would do that. I've gotten so many pentas denied off dumb stuff, but I'm not like that, because I know how it feels to get your penta denied in ranked, especially when you work for it and you get a really nice kill feed and everything like that. And you know, she jumped in, she did a good roam, she deserved that. I'm not going to take it from her. The assist is plenty enough. But I am going to take this scuttle because I hate scuttles. Now, we both don't have TP. Let's see. Just want to push it in. Actually, now would be the perfect time to freeze. Yeah, that would have been the perfect time to freeze. Now that I think about it, Tryn doesn't have ult. Could have denied him a hell of a lot more, but I think I have Sheen. A lot of people like to rush Sheen on Jax, which, hey, by all means, if you have the money, go ahead. But when you start Doran's Blade, I think it's a little difficult to sustain in lane for 1,200 gold. But maybe for like 800 it isn't. You know, to be able to pick up a longsword and a ruby crystal, because it gives you some combat stats to go back in the lane. And the ruby crystal gives you some health to survive laning phase and make you a little bit tankier. So, probably pick up a Sheen. I do. And that's all I could get. Yeah. I'm like, yo, let's go back to top lane. Now, by now, it's 13-2. You know, I don't like to give up on ranked games, but our mid laner's dominating. Their Master E has spent a lot of time top, ganking and ganking and ganking. If you noticed, V was top a little bit in the beginning, but now she's just completely left my lane alone. She's like, yo, this is how junglers like to do it. You could tell a good jungler, they want you to survive in lane once they've given you a lead. So, yeah, sure, you might get ganked and you might die, but if you're drawing that much pressure, so right there, like I said, I get ganked again by Master E. They blow everything. I played that pretty terribly. Master E backed. I actually thought he was going to wait in the bush, which I would have done, to be honest with you. Granted, he doesn't have flash. He does have smite TP. I'm just like, alright, fuck it. I'm going to push the lane. I'm going to get Ninja Tabis and I'm going to rush back. Ninja Tabis is a critical pickup versus Tryn. A really good pickup. Just like it's a pretty good pickup versus Riven, versus Master Yi's. I actually think it's a pretty decent pickup on almost every top laner. Even Irelia, it's a good pickup versus... It's a pretty decent pickup, especially if you're versus an AD top laner. It's a really good pickup versus Gnar, but Gnar does a lot of Qs. Master Yi's in our jungle again, and I'm like, yo, that's why he was going aggro. I was wondering why he was... See, now if you notice, Master Yi, he's spending so much time. Look what's happening bot, look what's happening mid. Like, pressure needs to be relieved off mid lane for sure. Katarina goes in and was like, yo, fuck you, Master E, leave my top laner Jax alone, let him farm. And that's what's going on. I have 126 to 98 CS. Tryn does have Blade right now, which is a pretty big power spike. But he's going to go pick up the Scuttle Crab, probably. I was like, I'm going to push. Now I'm 3 levels higher than this guy. He doesn't have ult. Blows his flash. I get the kill. Doesn't have TP, so I'm like, yo. This fucking dude, like, hated me. Killing spree. I'm 5-1-4. Been a part of a lot of kills. Our RV is 2-1 and 10. She's been a part of over half the kills. 10-0-2 mid laner. Like, this game is 100% over. And I hate to say it like that, but some games you just can't do much about it. They made a bad play, and when a Katarina gets a pentakill, that guy was a little bit too tanky. I go back up top. I'm just like, whatever. There's not really much else to do. Just let the game play out. We'll eventually push, or for them, they'll probably forfeit in this instance. And this guy, yeah, I was going to say, he's probably just going to die for the turret and try to get out. There's not really much he can do. I mean, Triforce versus Jax, honestly, and there we go, there's the win. Triforce versus Jax, I like to rush phase first, only because the movement speed, the health, and the damage is good. Sheen's going to make you trade early, but probably by the time you get phase, you're going to be level 6. And Sheen's going to make you trade hard, and you already trade pretty hard with your ult, your 3 attacks, and if you're maxing W. Another thing versus Tryn, you might want to pick up, instead of maxing W first, maybe get a point W, then get another point E, get another point W, get another point E. Kind of cross-max for the cooldown of E to be reduced. Tryn does a lot of auto attacks. His shit will be back up really fast. Picking up early Ninja Tabai, honestly, what I should have done is went Cloth 5 or Cloth 4 in a mana pot. That would have been smart, and rush Ninja Tabai on my first back. But that's another story. I want to try out the Doran's Blade top. It seemed to work out. It seems like there is a heavy cheese factor. If he wouldn't have started a camp, I would really like to know what it would be like for him to come back in the lane, not get an RNG crit on a minion, and instantly crit me after, without having full ferocity, or whatever, full rage. I mean, that's ferocity's rank up. But yeah, that's my Tryn rank top. Back into my promos, and wish me luck. Thanks.